Most men misunderstand how attraction works. They assume it's about trying harder, showing more affection, or proving how different they are from other guys. But that thinking is what keeps them stuck in the same patterns: chasing, pleasing, and getting ghosted. Here's the truth. Attraction isn't something you create by force. It's something you trigger by positioning. You don't win her attention by flooding her with compliments. You don't earn her loyalty by proving you care more. You don't secure her respect by explaining how you're not like the others. If you keep finding yourself in situations where you initiate every conversation, send quick replies, try to be witty, attentive, and emotionally available, but still she pulls away, loses interest, or turns cold, then it's time for a complete shift in how you think about attraction. This isn't about pickup lines or temporary confidence tricks. This is about moving differently. It's about learning how to present yourself in a way that naturally generates interest, not by forcing it, but by becoming someone she's drawn to without even knowing why. What we're diving into isn't manipulation. It's masculine clarity. It's about embodying the kind of presence that holds weight. Power isn't loud. It's not pushy. It doesn't need to be validated. Power is calm, composed, rare. And that very stillness creates a gravitational pull. If Machiavelli were alive today advising men, he wouldn't hand out cheesy tactics. He'd teach them how to carry themselves like leaders. He'd show them how to stop reacting and start creating space that commands attention. That's what this is. 5 Machiavellian principles of attraction. Principles that flip the script, shift the dynamic, and make you unforgettable in both digital and real-life interactions. By the time we're done, you won't just understand why your past approach didn't work. You'll know exactly how to move differently. Let's begin. Rule 1. Become unpredictable. Predictability is comforting, but comfort kills chemistry. When someone knows exactly what you're going to say, how you'll respond, and how quickly you'll do it, the mystery fades. And without mystery, there's no tension. Attraction is built on curiosity. When you're too easy to read, you remove her incentive to lean in and figure you out. That doesn't make her feel safe. It makes her feel in control. And when a woman feels total control over the dynamic, she stops investing. Machiavelli once wrote that people respect what they can't fully predict. In modern terms, don't lay all your cards on the table. Don't overshare, overvalidate, or over-explain your intentions before she's even earned that level of access. Let her feel the silence. Don't rush to fill every gap in conversation. Let her text linger before replying. Be present. But don't be overly available. Give her just enough to stay intrigued, but not enough to feel she has you completely figured out. If she's wondering what you're thinking, she's thinking about you. And that's a win. Rule 2. Be scarce online. Your digital footprint speaks louder than you think. When a woman sees that you're constantly posting, commenting on every reel, showing up in every story, she doesn't think, wow, what a catch. She thinks, he has nothing going on. Your goal isn't to be everywhere. It's to be missed. Post less, but with more intention. Show moments that reflect progress, value, lifestyle, not emotional noise or attempts to get attention. A clean, minimal profile with 1 or 2 standout posts is far more powerful than 50-story updates and endless selfies. Make her wonder where you are. Make her question what you're doing. In the age of digital noise, subtlety is magnetic. Don't use the internet to chase attention. Use it to reflect the direction you're headed. One story that shows depth says more than 10 stories trying to impress. Your silence, when purposeful, becomes a signal of focus, and focus is rare, and rare is attractive. Rule 3. Drop the need to explain yourself. The moment you start justifying your actions, apologizing for harmless comments, or defending your intentions, You shift the power dynamic. You become the one seeking approval, and she becomes the judge. But confidence doesn't ask for permission. Confidence doesn't chase validation. It stands firm, even when misunderstood. Let's say she gives you a skeptical look when you say something bold. Old, you might backpedal. The Machiavellian move? You smile and say, "You'll figure it out later." If she wonders why you didn't respond quickly, don't ramble. Just say, "I move at my own pace." No apology. No need to make excuses. You're not being cold, you're being grounded. The man who feels no need to defend every move is the man who holds the frame. That kind of composure builds attraction, not because you're trying to be mysterious, but because you're already rooted in your identity. She can't test a man who doesn't flinch. Rule 4. Be emotionally selective, not reactive. Being in touch with your emotions doesn't mean letting them control your behavior. Too many men confuse emotional openness with emotional dependency. If every sweet message from her makes your whole day, if she pulls back and you start spiraling, if her coldness changes your entire mood, you've handed her the emotional steering wheel. That doesn't create connection. It creates imbalance. She becomes the center of gravity, and you orbit her moods. Instead, practice emotional restraint. Praise her when it's earned. Don't flood her with energy she hasn't reciprocated. Don't be indifferent. Just stop giving 100% to someone giving 40%. If she flakes, say, "All good," and move on. If she sends a dry message, mirror her energy instead of fighting it. Your emotional baseline should be determined by your standards, not her behavior. Remember, she's not testing your ability to feel. She's testing your ability to hold yourself together. Rule 5. Build a life bigger than her. Most guys chase because they're bored. They're not building. They're not evolving. They're emotionally idle. And she becomes the project. That's a losing game. Machiavelli would laugh at that approach, because true power, true pull, comes from being fulfilled, from having direction, from being immersed in something that matters more than the attention of someone you barely know. When you're building your body, your brand, your mission, you don't chase. You don't need to. You already have momentum. You already have purpose. She can feel the difference between a man who's scrolling through life and one who's building something solid. Your posture changes. Your tone changes. Your timing changes. You move with intention. And that intention radiates strength. A man on a mission doesn't need to prove anything. His direction speaks louder than words. Let's bring this down to earth. Here are real-life moments where this strategy shines. You're on a date. She playfully challenges you. Bet you use that line on every girl. Don't defend it. Smile. I don't repeat myself. She leaves your DM on read. Don't send another 3 messages. Post something meaningful. Say nothing. Let absence do the talking. She becomes distant in a situationship. Don't overextend. Don't lecture. Just reduce your energy. Not to punish, but to protect your peace. In daily life, at the gym, in public, at work, stop trying to be impressive. Don't overshare. Don't over-engage. Just move with calm confidence. That quiet strength is what women notice most. Here's the part most men never understand. The truth that unlocks all of this. You keep chasing because you haven't fully chosen yourself. You're still waiting for someone else to affirm your worth. But as Machiavelli knew, power doesn't ask to be picked. It defines the atmosphere it enters. When you stop performing to be liked and start becoming the kind of man who's already fulfilled, the entire dynamic changes. She feels it. She senses the shift. Not because you said the perfect thing, but because you've become someone rooted, focused, emotionally complete. So stop asking, "How do I make her like me?" Start asking, "How do I live in a way that naturally draws people toward me?" That's not fantasy. That's strategy. That's not a trick. That's self-respect. If this resonated with you, don't just scroll past it. Comment, even a sentence, to lock it in. Share this with someone who needs it. And above all, remember, we're not here to beg for attention. We're here to create gravity. Let's build lives that pull. Let's build minds that don't break.